So over the past few weeks, we've been shooting rifled slugs in this Winchester Model 1300. The best performer that we found of the 2 3/4 inch shells was the Federal Truball. And so I said that that would be the one I would be using. But the Truball also comes in the 3-inch version. So we're going to be trying these 3-inch shells and see how they perform out of this 1300. And we might just be using these. So this is a 3/4 ounce, 20 gauge rifled slug, and it's moving at 1,700 feet per second. So we're set up. We have a target set up at 50 yards down there. We'll shoot a 5-shot group out of this Winchester and see what kind of group we get, and then we'll decide whether we're using the 2 3/4 inch or the 3-inch rifled slugs out of this particular shotgun. All right, so here's our shell breakdown for the Federal Premier Truball rifled slug. This is the 3-inch 20 gauge version. Here is our slug. The box says that these are hollow points, but when we look at this thing, this is a divot. It's not really a hollow point. And with lead this soft, it doesn't really matter. This is a 60 caliber slug, and it has a lead hardness of between 7 and 8, which means it's nearly pure lead. It has a little bit of tin waved over top of it. On the bottom here, we find a cavity. This cavity has this little ball inside of it, this little plastic ball. This plastic ball would be my guess. Its purpose is to expand. There, see? Its purpose is to help to expand the skirt to make contact with the shotgun barrel, would be my guess. Just like an old mini ball with that opening cavity like that. Underneath the ball, we have a fiber wad. And under that fiber wad, we find this plastic wad. It has a crush zone in it to help absorb the shock of the shell going off. And it sits over top of the powder. You see where the powder was inside of it to seal the gases and to get all the velocity we can out of that powder charge. We have some form of disc powder in this shell. We could weigh it and find the charge out, but it does us no good because we don't know what particular powder this is, and that's just a dangerous thing to do, so we'll just let it be. Here we have the shell. The shell is well marked, Federal, with their emblem, rifled slug, 3/4 ounce, 3-inch. And the head stamp, 20 gauge Federal. So it's marked well. The ink will probably last a few days in your pocket, but I wouldn't carry it around for too long outside of a box. So speaking of the box, let's check out the box. Here we have 20 gauge Federal Premium, 5-shot shells of Truball rifled slug. Of course, we have a deer on it to tell us that, hey, this is for hunting deer. And then on the ends, the 2 ends, we have the specifications for this particular shell, 1,700 feet per second. That's pretty fast for a rifled slug. And if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the box, you'll see the product code up there. The other side is exactly the same. Then on this side, we have a little bit about the Truball and it's what it's designed for medium game. And then on the other sides, we have legalese. Let's go back to the side. If you look right down there, it says, remember to take a kid hunting. If we don't take your kids hunting, there won't be hunters in the future. So remember that. All right, so there's our shell breakdown for the Federal Premier 20 gauge Truball 3-inch version. Now let's take these slugs out to the range and have a little fun with them. All right, so like before, we're using the Winchester Model 1300 20 gauge. It's a 3-inch chambered gun. It has a 22-inch smoothbore slug barrel, which means it has a cylinder choke. So let's shoot this 5-shot group and see how these 3-inch versions of the Truball perform. All right, here we go. We're going to shoot a 5-shot group at 50 yards. All right. Number 2. These 3-inch shells have a little more oomph to them. That's good. All right, number 4. Last one. All right. They're smoky shells. Well, a little bit of smoke in there. All right, let's go down there and see what kind of 5-shot group these 3-inch Truballs gave us. Hopefully it gave us a good group. All right, folks, so here we have the target that we shot with the Federal Truball, the 3-inch version. And here's the box. This is a 3-inch 20-gauge rifled slug. It has a 3/4 ounce slug in it, and it's moving at 1,700 feet per second. Now, with the 2 3/4 inch version, we got a 2.5 inch group. These 3-inchers are moving faster, and I believe the extra velocity has caused this group to open up. We have a 6-inch group here. Now, if you look, the elevation on these 4 is pretty good. This one's a little high. These are close. So maybe this was a flyer. So if this was a flyer, then we got about a 4 1/4 inch group. And that's still a bit too big. Now, if we say I've been shooting rifle slugs all day and I flinched and we took these 2 out, then we have a 2-inch group, a 2.5 inch group. So we can't say that. We can say that the 2 3/4 inch shells performed well. These 3-inch shells, I'm sure they will perform well in something, but in that particular shotgun, that 1300, the 2 3/4 inch performed the best. So I think we'll just stick with the 2 3/4 inch. So until next time, y'all stay safe in the deer woods, and God bless.
Your shot box is upside down.
All right, I'll fix it. All right.